Tonight from Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium in New Philadelphia, Ohio, Adelphia Media Services Cable TV 2 is proud to present High School Football 2000. As tonight we have the opening of the East Central Ohio League competition for the Claymont Mustangs and the New Philadelphia Quakers, as there'll be a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for one of these teams here tonight to start East Central Ohio League play. Hello, everybody. John DeVore tonight, along with Charlie Zito, Dan Hurst, Kyle Stutzman, and Dave Jaffe, also helping out tonight's ECOL opener between the Mustangs and the Quakers. Of course, both teams, Charlie, right now struggling, looking to get some offense. Of course, the Quakers with the only points in their lone win against Cleveland Collinwood in week number 2. But other than that win against the Railroaders, 30-6 in week 2. Shutouts handed to the Quakers. Of course, last week to Worcester 21-0. And then the opener out at Millersburg against the very well-coached Bob Maltrich, West Holmes Knights Club, 17-0. So both offenses for both teams looking to get things on track tonight.
Right, John. This is one of them games you can throw the records out because it's just going to be a knockdown, drag-out battle. Like you said, Claymont hasn't scored yet, and they only have 87 yards rushing for 3 games total. They got Spike Trimmer in the backfield, who's probably one of the fastest runners in the county, although he missed last week's game with an injury. And I can't imagine him not breaking one tonight to at least push up that yardage for him. The defense gave up 410 yards last week against Minerva. They need to stop the big plays and the long scoring TD runs and passes. They probably play one of the toughest schedules in the county. I really do believe that. For the Quakers, they need to cut down on their penalties. They have 3 penalties in 3 games. They're only averaging 28 yards a game passing, and they have 4 interceptions. I think what they got to do is their running backs are running pretty decent. They play a tough schedule, too. They need to throw some 5 or 6 yard flare-out passes or some screen passes to get some confidence in the quarterback and receiver. And they only, like you said, they only scored one game this year, too. I look for a defensive battle tonight with the game being in the teens. It's going to be close, especially with this rain coming down now.
Of course, we're getting affected with some of these late afternoon, early evening showers that were anticipated by radar coming out of the northwest. As now it does feel like fall after the temperature during the first 3 weeks in the 80-degree range. A couple games with some high humidity thrown in, kind of added to the mix. And then when you now drop into typical fall-type weather like you're getting right now, take a while for the players to adjust because there's also a northwest wind. Will have a little effect on this contest, blowing anywhere from 10 to 20 miles an hour. One thing that could be very important, the kicking game. I'll tell you what, we probably got 2 of the area's best. Spike Trimmer for Claymont, and of course, Brett Bueller for the Quakers. So kicking game, very critical. Both teams have outstanding kickers. I think that's probably one of the strengths for both ball clubs when you look at the Mustangs and Quakers. Of course, Craig Farrar entering his 4th season as the head mentor of the Mustangs, with losses to Triway and then West Holmes week number 2, and then last week to Minerva. You know, they haven't played any slouches in the first 3 weeks either, and I'm sure Craig Farrar and the Mustang staff would like to get things on track. For, of course, first-year head mentor Bob Zontini. Quakers, I think it's just a matter of getting consistency. They've been able to move the ball at times, but key penalties, as you mentioned, 12 penalties, that's too many, and I'm sure Bob Zontini wants to see his Quaker squad cut down on the mistakes, and they proverbially shoot themselves in the foot type of situations. They've been able to move the ball well, but a key penalty or a turnover has kept the Quakers from coming up with any points other than the 30 that they got in week number 2. Inter-county battle, they're always interesting, and I'm sure this one will be much of the same tonight.
Right, I agree with you. I think turnover is going to be the key tonight. You got to control the clock. The team that controls the clock the most and has the least amount of turnovers. I think I'm not looking for a high-scoring game. You're going to get a break or 2, but I'm looking for something to be broke by one of the backs from either team because both teams aren't as their scoring goes.
We'll be back with more pregame comments and tonight's opening kickoff, and we return to Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium in New Philadelphia after you watch this. Back at Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium in New Philadelphia, Ohio, as you look at Craig Farrar's Claymont Mustangs in the road white uniforms. Brown numerals trimmed in orange. And I've been asked to announce, of course, courtesy our hosts here at New Philadelphia, Tom Farbizo, the athletic director of New Philadelphia High School, the reminder that Wednesday, October 11th, at the McDonald Marlight Conference Center at 7:15 p.m. Special guest appearance by Chris and Rick Spielman. And the proceeds will go to the Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium Building Fund, as well as the Stephanie Spielman Breast Cancer Foundation. Tickets will be available for $100 a piece, or if you're a business and would like to sponsor a corporate table is available for $1,500, and you can get a hold of Athletic Director Tom Farbizo at New Philadelphia High School for more information. Great benefit, and I'll tell you what, one of the true class individuals coming to town in October. And you really have to credit Chris Spielman through all that he's gone through, not only as an individual in professional football, but on the family side, of course. The much talked about story about his wife Stephanie with her difficulties with cancer and her eventual getting well and going on with her life. And I'll tell you what, Stephanie's a real true gem. And it's great to see that the progress that the Spielmans have been able to make over the past couple of years. Bob Zontini's New Philadelphia Quakers now across the way in the all black tonight. White numerals trimmed in red. And of course the red and white sleeves on the shirts. Well, we're entering the second third of the season. I think a lot of the coaches around the area would like to break seasons down into thirds. First 3 or 4 games, you're looking basically at your personnel and trying to, like a jigsaw puzzle, putting the pieces in the right spots. Now you're entering the league competition, and now you want to get more of an idea of how far you've progressed after you've kind of gone through the experiment for 3 weeks. So the second third of the season, I'm sure that both teams like to get things started on a positive note.
Yeah, now's the time that games are going to mean something in the league. Claymont won the toss. They're going to receive first.
Of course, a lot of people feel this year, maybe with the East Central Ohio League, that not necessarily Dover is the team to beat in the conference. You have Coshocton, with many people returning back from that fine 11-3 season from last year. So they made it all the way to the regional finals before bowing out to Youngstown Mooney. Actually 10-3 for Wade Lucas Redskins last year. And another team's been kind of catching the league by surprise. Cambridge, Coach Rick Goodrich, former Bridgeport head mentor, may have the opportunity to see the Bobcats next Saturday as they travel to Nelson Field to face John Magistro's Belair Big Reds, are having somewhat of a down start to the 2000 season. Of course, tonight the Bobcats going up against neighboring rival Zanesville. Doing the honors for the Quakers, as always, Brent Bueller. Tonight's opening kickoff brought to you by Mako's Market and Pharmacy, downtown Yorksville. W coupons up to 99 cents every day. Nice high kick.
Adam Ridgway.
Up the right side, has running across the 35, and as Brent Bueller, the kicker, really laid it on him at the 42. So much for a young man that just supposedly plays soccer. He laid on a pretty good hit that time to the return, man.
Spike Trimmer threw a real nice block. It gave him another extra 10 yards.
Ball spotted at about the 43. Gives the Mustangs great field position to start the game. A return of about 34 yards. Quarterback tonight is Derek O'Hara, the 145-pound sophomore, single back. Off right tackle, running room, Spike Trimmer across midfield and into Quaker territory, brought down at the 47 by Ty Basowitz.
It's a good gain. I believe he may have, yes, he does have the first down. He must have gained around 11.
Actually, it looks like the forward progress going to be spotted a little closer to the 46, which would give Trimmer a gain of 11. Single back. The slots are Cody Trimmer on the left, number 27, and number 15, Justin Wright. Spike Trimmer, again with some running room, down to about the 43, wrapped up that time by Luke McMillan from the corner spot.
Looks like that's what Claymont's main plan tonight is the run spike.
Claymont offensive front, Jared Wade at center, a senior. The guards are Ben Hahn, number 60, and Jeff Williams, 63. The tackles, Jason Getz, 79, and T.C. Cottrell, number 76, 6'3", 285. Hand off inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line.
Justin Wright, the ball carrier.
Justin Wright getting the carry, and defensively for the Quakers look like Jordan Miller, 235-pound senior defensive tackle. Joe Kuhn, a sophomore, number 56 at the nose defensively for the Quakers. The tackles will rotate. Jordan Miller, 66, Jeff Burnworth, 74, and Chuck McComber, 77 will alternate at the tackles periodically.
Claymont moving the ball real good on the ground.
32 from the Quaker 38, and the wide receiver, the flanker to the left, Grant Abio, anticipated the count and started early, and this will cost the Mustangs 5.
And that's one thing that they can't afford to have, too many turnovers tonight.
Officiating crew tonight, I think a Cambridge, Zanesville area officiating crew. Roger Weaver's the referee. Ken Kirsch is the umpire. Bill McCall, the linesman. Bill Nicholson is the line judge, and Ron Doss is the back judge. 5-yard mark off, moves the ball back to the New Philadelphia 43. Almost 2 minutes into the contest. Claymont now 3rd and 7 at the Quaker 43. Inside handoff and nothing doing. Brandon Klum, one of the Quakers right there. Actually,
lost 1 yard.
Lost a yard back to the 44. Claymont unable to take advantage of the nice kickoff return by Adam Ridgway, is forced to punt.
That's where them turnovers early in the game kill you. They were really on the move there.
David Abio along with Ty Basowitz deep for the Quakers. Good pass from center. High floating punt fielded there by Basowitz at the 17. Tried to go along the right side. Boy, he was met there quickly.
Nice tackle by Alan Avery, number 24.
170-pound junior on the coverage team. Doing the punting for the Mustangs, Brennan Clark. So the Quakers on offense, 1st and 10 at their own 16. We'll go with Jay Watson, the 6'2", 260-pound senior quarterback. The running backs. Kyle Streb has had a couple of nice contests in the early campaign. 165-pound senior. Really tried to get outside, and the Claymont defense right there.
Number 40, Luke McMillan with a run there. He may have gained a yard and a half, maybe 2.
Claymont defensively, a 4-man front. Jeff Williams and
take that back. He lost 2.5, 3.
T.C. Cottrell at the tackles. Jason Getz and Hahn the end. So the line for Claymont going both ways.
We got movement on the line there, I believe. 2 or 3 men jumped on that right side for Philly.
That's offside again.
They must have been forced to jump off.
The Mustangs, as apparently one of the Claymont defenders entered the neutral zone before the early movement by the Quaker offensive front. For the Quakers offensively, Sam Moody at center, taking over for the injured Keith Klingler. Matter of fact, it's Klingler that's under center right now for this play. Straight ahead handoff, Streb. Nice play by Spike Trimmer at about the 20. So Streb able to pick up a couple. Sets up about third and about 5 from the 20. Just has to go slightly past the 25.
Claymont's got a lot of defensive players attacking the ball carriers early in the game.
Man in motion, Basowitz. Hand off McMillan. He's got running room across the 25, 28-yard line. Good open field tackle there by Lee Bernard, and the Quakers pick up 8 and a first down. Right off right tackle. Mike Johnson and Adam Little are the guards. The tackles, Zach Frank and Logan Tidrick, a sophomore. McMillan follows the lead, blocked by Strab, able to pick up a couple of yards of real estate across the 30 to about the 32.
Billy's got some big offensive linemen, and there are a lot of underclassmen there.
Forward progress, give McMillan about a 3-yard advance. We'll call it just past the 31, 2nd down and 7. Basowitz, the flanker to the left. Side trap to Streb, and he gets out to about the 34. Short gain of a couple.
Both teams sticking to the ground attack early in the game.
Look like Jason Gantz, 245-pound junior at the tackle spot in on the stop. Well, about 3rd and 5 from the 33. Quakers have to go to their own 38. Ty Basowitz in motion towards you. Inside handoff, and not enough for a first down.
He might not gain more than 1.
McMillan stopped across the 35 to about the 36, make it 4th and 2. Gatz getting credit with a piece of that last tackle. Watson with the punt, a nice high floater. Fielded and not right to the ground at the 30-yard line.
By David Abio, number 5. Good tackle.
Brett Patton made the catch. He caught the football right when David Abio laid the leather to him. 34 yards on the punt for Jay Watson, no return. Well, Claymont will have it 1st and 10 at their own 30. 5:47 left in a scoreless first quarter. Right in motion, unbalanced left. Trimmer, round left end, has running room, quickly across the 40 to about the 42, where he's brought down by Luke McMillan.
Looked like about an 11-yard game, maybe 12. We'll have to wait to see here where they spot the ball.
Actually close to about 13. He's
42
brought it pretty close to the 43. Trimmer off to a good start. 1st and 10 Mustangs at their own 43.
He's got nice holds to get started on too. Their offensive line is really poking holes for him.
Got the short side and close to the 45-yard line. McMillan again on the tackle. Gain of about 2.
So Claymont's been moving the ball here in the first quarter, all except for that man in motion that put him on 3rd and 8 instead of 3rd and 2. Then they eventually had to punt.
2nd and 8. Under 5 minutes left in the quarter. Adam Ridgway, flank to the left. And off to right, has running room, bounces it outside into Quaker territory to about the 41 before he's wrapped up by Scott Salzner. Gain of about 14. I think there, Wright just found a little opening in the outside to his liking, read the blocking scheme and bounced it wide. Found a lot of real estate, actually close to 15 yards as the ball's placed just shy of the Quaker 40.
They're looking good running the ball on the ground.
Here a long count.
Alan Avery, the ball carrier, number 24. He picked up maybe 3 yards.
Looked like that time for the Quakers. Joe Kuhn, the sophomore nose tackle, made the play. Gain of about 3, 2nd down, 7. Drive started after the Quakers punted at the Claymont 30. A little bit of an offset eye look. Man in motion is right. Toss to Trimmer, pitch slightly behind Spike. He had to wait on it. McMillan read the play on the quick toss and stopped Trimmer right at the line of scrimmage.
He's lucky to keep a hold of that ball. No gain on the play.
Third and 7 at the New Philadelphia 37. 3 minutes remaining first period. Wide to the right is Ridgway. Split to the pass in the flat, caught by Trimmer. He's down to about the 30, and it depends on when they'll spot Spike. He's close to a first down.
They gave him the first down, 7-yard pickup.
Sam Moody along with Joe Kuhn made the stop, but not before Trimmer was able to fight for that critical first down yardage. Jared Wade over the ball at center. Nice safe pass for Derek O'Hara in the flat. Trimmer, nothing there. He had big number 66 there waiting for him, Jordan Miller. Jordan wasn't fooled at all. Trimmer able to fall forward for a yard.
Yeah, they gave him a yard gain on that.
2nd and 9 at the Quaker 29. 2 minutes left on a moving first quarter clock.
$53 yards so far for Claymont on the ground running, and a 5-yard pass here in the first
Clark
quarter.
Split to the left, now trips to the right. O'Hara, quarterback draw. Running room down to the 25, still on his feet, breaking a couple tackles, close to the first down at the 20.
Nice play by Derek O'Hara. There's a big hole there for him.
Actually, it's on the Claymont side of the 20. I think he just has to go on the other side of the stripe to pick up the first down, so it's 3rd down and less than a yard.
So that was an 8-yard quarterback draw there.
Claymont going with trips to the right side on the receiver wide to the left, spread the Quaker defense and set that quarterback draw up pretty well. Right, left tackle. Bottled up at about the 18, but the surge is well enough for a Claymont first down. So the Mustangs with the first scoring opportunity. Actually place it at the 17, so give Wright a gain of 3.
That's Claymont's third first down here in the first quarter.
Right in motion. Toss to Trimmer. Oh, great play. Luke McMillan again.
And he lost 1 yard, looks like.
Also, there was Jeff Burnworth to help him, but first contact, McMillan read that all the way. Play loses a yard, clock winds down to 5 seconds as we head towards the end of the first period. Well, Claymont, as you mentioned, Charlie, very effective running the football at first period of play. And Mustangs with the first scoring opportunities. We've reached the end of the first period from Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium in New Philadelphia. Our score at the end of one, it's Claymont nothing and New Philadelphia nothing. Back with the second period after this timeout. Look at the Mustang mascot as we're getting ready for the start of the second quarter on the Miller & Miller Insurance and Financial Services scoreboard. It's scoreless, but the Mustangs with a golden opportunity right here, Charlie.
Yeah, they've got 51 yards on the ground on 12 carries, so they're doing real good. 1 pass completion for 5.
Of course, that was a big one to keep this drive alive.
And Philly's only had 1 series the first quarter.
Start of the second quarter. Second down and 11 from the New Philadelphia 18. The drive started on the Claymont 30. Trevor running room inside the 10, down to about the 7, maybe the 6.
It looks like he might be over his injury from last week.
Scott Sulzner on the tackle. Of course, we forgot to mention at the start, Quakers without Kyle Leggett defensively. He sustained a concussion last week in the game against Worcester, and I guess has had a couple of opinions as far as his physical abilities to play, and it remains whether he'll play. Definitely out tonight as Trimmer works his way close to and into the end zone. Just sheer determination.
6-yard TD run.
Yeah.
For their first score of the year. At 11:17 in the second quarter.
First score just 43 seconds into the second quarter and caps off a 70-yard scoring drive. And of course, Trimmer will attempt the point out of the hole of Adam Ridgway. David LeBlanc is the long snapper. High pass from center, but Ridgway able to get it down on the tee, and Trimmer's kick is wide to the right, no good. So, the Claymont Mustangs break a 16, make that a 13-quarter drought, and get on the scoreboard. 70-yard scoring drive for the Mustangs, capped by Spike Trimmer's 6-yard touchdown run. And it's Claymont 6, New Philadelphia nothing, and we'll be back with the Claymont kickoff after you watch this. Well, Charlie, a very impressive 70-yard scoring drive for the Mustangs, capped by Spike Trimmer's 6-yard run off left tackle at the 11:17 mark of period number 2.
And that gives Spike 10 carries for 45 yards. Claymont has 4 first downs. They've got more offense in this one quarter than they have all year, it seems like.
Well, right now, their offensive front's really doing a job. Definitely winning the battle of the line of scrimmage. Trimmer to kick off. Basowitz and David Abiel deep. Ty number 9, David number 5. Trimmer kicks towards the left sideline, taken by Luke McMillan, the up man, across the 20, across the 35, and down to about the 38, maybe the 39.
Spike Trimmer on a tackle.
Interesting, we've had kickers for both teams making tackles on special teams. Brent Bueller's was a pretty good shot to Ridgeway on the kickoff that started the game. 1st and 10, the Quakers, good field position at their own 39. Now we'll see how Bob Zontini's team responds to the Claymont early score. Counter with Ty Basowitz.
Oh, we got a fumble.
Loose football, it's on the turf,
I believe,
and
recovered.
Claymont has it.
Lucas Grove, I believe, recovered it.
I'm not really sure that the exchange between Watson and Basowitz, I mean, the play in the hole was open.
Yeah,
Play was there. It's just Basowitz, may have been a little too anxious in trying to get the football and possibly closed his hands too quickly.
There's dumb turnovers. They're going to work on you. You got to keep them down to the minimum.
And now Claymont business at the new Philly 43, but now they'll move back 5. A little movement with the left side of the Claymont line will force a false start penalty back to the Quaker 48.
This is a really important drive for Claymont. If they can go down there and score another anything, 3 points, 6 points, or 7, it's going to get the team sky high. We got a timeout by New Philly.
So the Quakers at the 11:02 mark will take timeout, and so will we. 11 minutes, 2 seconds remaining in the first half. Our score, it's Claymont 6, New Philadelphia nothing.
Philly.
There you go. Is there a copy for that? Back at Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium in New Philadelphia as Claymont recovering a Ty Basowitz fumble. Lucas Grove, the Mustang, on top of the loose football. It's 1st and 15 after the motion penalty at the Quaker 48. Trimmer tripped up right at midfield. Nice defensive play by the Quakers' number 74, Jeff Burnworth. Play loses 2. Of course, a reminder, next week number 5. It will be already to the midway point. 2 games for you here on Adelphia Media Services Cable TV, too. We'll be right here at Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium for Mike Elder's Indian Valley Braves making their appearance at New Philadelphia. And our other matchup at Strasburg Franklin Park, the Tigers against Tuscarawas Central Catholic. Hand off, and right at the line of scrimmage, Trimmer.
Joe Kuhn, number 56, made a nice stop.
Actually, it was Burnworth that won the battle on the Quaker right side of the line. Actually forced the blocker back into Spike and had nowhere to go. And Joe Kuhn was there to finish it out.
That's what we've seen. Who got up last?
3rd and 17. We'll see if Craig Farrar elects to test the arm of the sophomore Derek O'Hara. Actually looked like a lateral, and it goes to Ridgeway. Picks up some yardage to about the 47. Watson in on the tackle. Also looked like Josh Crozier in there as well, number 3. Josh, 175-pound senior. So Claymont unable to take advantage of the fumble recovery. 4th down.
They'll put Philly in the hole with a decent punt.
Brennan Clark to do the honors, his 2nd punt. Short kick.
Got to bounce backwards, I think.
Actually touched dead at about the 23-yard line. So Clark with a 24-yard punt. No return, and Quakers with 8:55 remaining in the half, trailing 6-0.
They need to get something going here. They got to get a couple first downs, get everybody sky high again for the night.
Bill split to the right, Basewitz in motion. Hand off McMillan.
Nice
right
hold.
side has some running. Broyd's a tackler across the 30, about the 34. Good piece of running there by Luke McMillan. Looked like Aaron Fondrest in on the tackle from a safety spot.
11-yard run.
So McMillan starting to pick up the total offensively. Left side again. This time he's hemmed in. Gets maybe to the 35. Like Cottrell was in on the tackle. Forward progress to about the 35. Give him a gain of a yard.
Philly's got to get some kind of a passing attack going to get that pressure off the backs.
2 receivers now, Hobbill and Basewitz. Watson rolls right, looking, throws it, overshoots Basewitz near midfield.
Well, they heard me, but they didn't complete it.
Fairly decent coverage by Lee Bernard, the 155-pound sophomore. Would have taken a perfect pass by Watson to hook up with Basewitz.
About the games I've seen this year, John, these coaches got all these quarterbacks running out and throwing on the run. Nobody seems to get themselves playing it and throw a pass. It's kind of hard to throw them passes in the high school unless you're really talented.
3rd and 9. Mentioned that. Now Watson straight drop. Looked like he was looking for screen. I think Claymont had it read.
He's open.
Has it? Basewitz had it long enough, I do believe that it was a catch and a fumble, and that's what I think it's going to be.
We do have a penalty flag down.
And you almost have to figure
38-yard line.
Well, there's one at about the 28, and there's one at the 38. One you almost have to figure is an ineligible, because it looked like the Quakers were going to run a screen, and Claymont had that part of it figured out.
That's what it was. That'll bring back a nice play, a nice looking play too.
Ty Basewitz, of course, one of the leading Quaker receivers a year ago. Made a nice adjustment, came back to the ball very well to help his quarterback out, but it's all for naught.
And Philly is hurting themselves. These turnovers, fumbles, and penalties. Now we got about a 3rd and 14.
Clock moving. Just under 7:40 remaining in the half. Of course, we'll have halftime festivities featuring both bands. Claymont High School Mustang Marching Band, the New Philadelphia High School Marching Quakers. Inside handoff, looked like it was Streb, and
he didn't gain much of anything.
No.
Maybe a half.
Claymont was ready for it. Looked like T.C. Cottrell again, one of the defensive linemen on the stop. Watson to kick it away.
Nice looking punt.
Oh, it's a beauty.
Fair catch called.
And the fair catch taken by Brett Patton back at the Claymont 30. Just under 7 minutes until intermission, and Claymont with the 6-0 lead in the football. Of course, this was the distance that the Mustangs were able to travel to pick up the lone score thus far, 70 yards. Again, Trimmer and right behind O'Hara. Trimmer inside with some running room across the 35, maybe the 36. Luke McMillan called his number out a lot here this half, along with Sam Muty. But not before Trimmer picked up close to 6.
Gives him about right around 50 yards for the game.
2nd and 4. Derek O'Hara under center. Getting a little delay action. O'Hara still with the ball, has a man in the flat, and it's caught. The catch made by Cody Trimmer at the Quaker 47. I think it was Basowitz on a stop, number 9. A nice throw by the sophomore.
It was an 18-yard gain for a first down.
Ball now in Quaker territory at the New Philadelphia 47.
That's Claymont's 4th first down this half.
Man in motion is right. Trimmer right at the line of scrimmage.
Looked like a little bit of a mix-up or someone going the wrong way.
Looked like Moody along with Josh Kreuzier. Actually, a loss of a yard back to the 48.
Claymont's got to play error-free ball for the rest of this half. Don't give it back to Philly. It just halfway mark on the field, 50-yard line. Philly needs a turnover.
Grant Aubiel now flanked to the left. The toss.
We got a fumble. There it is.
And you know, there's a loose football, and the Quakers got it.
Can't see his number just yet.
Number 74, Jeff Burnworth.
That's just what I said they didn't need, and they've been listening to me too much.
It was a matter of that time. Justin Wright just took his eye off the ball. He was thinking about what he was going to do with the ball before he even had the ball.
Well, Philly's got to capitalize on this.
Yes, they do. Plenty of time. 5.5 minutes. 2 timeouts. They've used a defensive one earlier. O.J. Watson will set the Quakers down at the Mustang 48. Hand off to Streb. Gain of maybe a couple of yards. Ben Hahn, 205-pound junior. Playing defensive end on the stop. Gave him about 2 for Streb. 2nd and 8 at the Claymont 46.
Got light rain falling right now. More or less like a mist.
Watson, 3-step drop. Dumps it out to Basowitz. Has it at the 40.
Nice move.
Nice cut inside the 40 and gets down to about the 37-yard line. Aaron Fondrest on the stop. Matter of fact, it looks like they marked Basowitz's progress to 38. And referee Roger Weaver is going to bring out the Quaker chain crew and have them stretch the sticks.
Just about a 6 or 7 yard gain. Just depends if he gets the first down or not.
Well, Charlie, my first week with you guys, I missed you.
You missed me, or?
Well, I missed the whole gang.
That's my first game, too.
Oh, okay. Missed everybody. Of course, while I have the opportunity, while I check for this first down, I'd like to thank everybody associated with Philadelphia Media Services as the Quakers pick up the first down, and the great support that we received for the Jerry Lewis Labor Day telethon back on Labor Day. The county recorded over $51,600, and we'd like to thank everybody that contributed. It meant a lot to us. And of course, big success with the United Way auction just the other night. Here's the toss, McMillan. And he's met in the backfield. Actually falls forward to about the 39. The defensive play made by Lee Bernard, who's the outside backer, actually the rover.
He might have lost a half a yard.
We'll call a loss of 1 back to the 39. 4 minutes left in the half. As I mentioned, the Quakers with 2 timeouts. David Aubill split right. Tybasiewicz flank to the right. Klum tight at left end. Watson looks under some pressure, and
nice
he will
tackle.
go down. Jason Gatz back near midfield. And the loss back to the Claymont 49. Good coverage in the Mustangs secondary. I think you have to credit a coverage sack that time.
Yes, it was.
And now Bob Zontini is going to use his second timeout at the 3:16 mark of the half. Well, you would never know the way the Mustangs are playing that they're an 0-3 football team.
I just don't understand the constant rolling out for passing. This will be my second Philly game, and they never stay in the pocket, and they're not having good success rolling out. You think they'd try some in the pocket? Jay's a tall kid, 6'2". He should be able to see over the line.
Well, I think a lot of emphasis on high school football. A lot of coaches believe in attacking the perimeter. And the only way you're going to attack the perimeter a lot of times is getting a kid roll out. Sure, you cut the field down in half, but and then you give it a quarterback, if he's a decent athlete, you give him that run-pass option. Now, there are certain philosophies, too. Certain kids are better roll-out passers than others. I know a prime example, for a couple of years, Dover was in a situation, when they had Mark Von Kennel, who was exclusively a pocket passer, and then turned right around the following year, and you got an athlete like Jim McFadden, and naturally you're going to roll him out. So a lot depends upon who you have under center. Kind of dictates what type of pass package you put in.
3rd and 21 now. Oh, almost.
Now they go from the spread. And Watson airs it out to the middle of the field. And it's over the outstretched hands of David Aubill.
Nice defensive play by Aaron Fonders.
But he almost mistimed his jump.
He did.
The thing Aaron did, he stopped. And of course, when he left his feet, he was at the mercy of whether that ball was going to be thrown far enough. But Aaron was able to get a arm up to knock it away. Watson to punt off the side of his foot. And it takes a right turn out of bounds at the Claymont 32. Only a punt of 17 yards.
Claymont's got time to move it. But
they do. They've got 3 minutes and 2 seconds, and if I remember correctly, they've got all their timeouts left.
Yeah, they don't have any timeouts yet. The question is, do they want to play it safe? Their running attack is moving the ball down and just keep the score the same, or try a trick play.
Now they're going a 2-receiver formation to the right. O'Hara long count.
Nice move.
Right,
nice
across the 40 to about the 41, maybe the 42. Brought down by a Salzner.
Close to the first down. Yeah, you got it.
Now give Justin a gain of 10. I'll tell you, a lot of confidence for Justin after he had that fumble earlier to get another opportunity and make the most of that opportunity.
That's 4 carries for 33 yards for him tonight.
Inside handoff and falling forward for a couple of yards. Looked like Trimmer. Looked like Chuck Maycumber, 255-pound senior, making the last tackle.
They're going to give him a yard gain on that. 2:18 to go.
Again, Trimmer and right in the backfield. Spike now lined up as the fullback.
Oh,
yeah.
Uh-oh, Philly got her again. Let's see. He fumbled. He never got that ball.
Well, the problem was right there. He slipped, and the Quakers do have the football.
74 again. I think that's Burnsworth, isn't it?
Yep, Jet Burnworth with his second fumble recovery. Well, you can't really fault Justin right there because he slipped as he was starting to get the handoff, and once he lost his balance, he was never really in good position to take the handoff.
152nd for Philly here before half. Ball on the 41-yard line of Claymont. Plenty of time.
Watson. A little bit of a roll to the left. Now under some pressure.
He's got some running room.
Has some running room. And we're going to have a penalty flag. Watson to the 25. Goes out of bounds at the 20, but
I think it's holding. It's going to come back. And there's that penalty again.
Yep. Right in front of referee Roger Weaver.
He picked up a good 25 yards on that scramble.
So instead of 1st and 10 down at the Claymont 20, and what's worse to this penalty, Charlie, it's a spot foul.
Yep.
So it'll be 10 yards from the Claymont 49, which will move it back to the Quaker 41. In essence, about an 18-yard penalty. Well, the 21-yard Jay Watson keeper nullified by another costly penalty. Josh Tristano, 175-pound junior. Checking in. Brandon Klum goes out, so the Quakers going to go 3 wide. Basowitz and Abiel split to the right. Tristano split to the left. Basowitz line is the flanker. Watson throws across. Basowitz off his fingertips and then almost intercepted.
That's a ball I think he has to catch. He has to have his quarterback.
Aaron Fondras almost caught the rebound for the interception. Yeah, Ty had to make a little bit of an adjustment on the ball, but I'm sure Ty would probably be the first to tell you 99 times out of 100, he ends up with the football.
He's usually got a pretty good set of hands on him. Minute 40 to go before half.
Basowitz in motion. Straight drop this time by Watson. Sets
man's open.
Caught by Josh Tristano at about the 47. So they got about half the yardage back. That time Watson looked very comfortable just standing in the pocket. Got set, good release.
12-yard gain on that pass is 3rd and 16.
A little more of a manageable situation here.
10, counting.
Watson.
Uh-oh, we got a run. Oh, he missed him.
Voids the rush now, tucks it up the left sideline, goes out of bounds near the 45-yard line. I think is where he's going to be spotted. So a gain of about 2 yards. Actually, placed him about the 46, so a gain of about a yard.
4th and 13 now, 57 ticks left on the clock.
Now the Quakers going to line up to go for it here. Basowitz in motion. Watson sets, going to go for all of it. Basowitz, nice ball play. Adjustment. Made the catch, and he's down inside the 10.
Nice catch. Our defender was all over him.
Derek O'Hara in there defending. But Basowitz made a nice move inside, adjusted back to the ball, actually cut inside of O'Hara, defender, to make the catch.
It's around a 35, 40-yard gain, wasn't it, John?
From the 46 to the 6, actually we'll call it 40 yards.
I'll tell you, he looks pretty good staying in that pocket.
Single back.
Nice fake.
Fake.
He's got him open.
Brandon Klum in the end zone.
Number 25, Brandon Klum.
Faked the toss to McMillan and rolled to the away from the strength of the formation and isolated Brandon Klum one-on-one, made the catch for the touchdown.
With 25 seconds to go. They came back strong after that holding penalty. Put it right back together. 2 pass plays.
Sean Harsey, the long snapper for the Quakers. The hold of Basowitz, and the kick by Brett Bueller is good. And this time, the Quakers able to take advantage of the Claymont fumble. Make it 7-6. 43-yard drive actually, but of course with the holding penalty, they traveled better than 50. But officially, it'd be 43 yards on the scoring drive. After the second fumble recovery of the night for Jeff Burnworth. So for Claymont, you know, up until this point, you had to feel it was their advantage going into the dressing room at halftime, but one big pass play. Watson to Basowitz for 40 yards on a 4th down, and then eventually the 6-yard touchdown, Watson to Brandon Klum. And of course the all-important Brent Bueller PAT. I don't think Brent will squib it. He's got a strong enough leg. He can knock this thing in the end zone if you want. Well,
it's a good idea.
Right
Keep it on the ground.
Trimmer picks it up. 30, 35-yard line. Number 32 on the coverage team for the Quakers.
I don't think
Chase Hostetler made the tackle.
I don't think Claymont will do anything fancy here with 19 ticks left. I think he'll just keep his score 7-6.
Well, up until this last minute, Greg Farrar had to feel pretty good about his ball club. But now, if there's any momentum edge, you have to feel the momentum's on the side of the Quakers.
The way the quarterback looks pretty excited. I don't think they're going to go for something here.
Straight ahead.
He's got to be broken. Oh, I thought he was going to break it there for a minute.
Out to the 40. Burnworth hanging on for dear life. And that will be the final play of the first half.
Gain of 5 yards.
1 half in the books here at Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium in New Philadelphia, Ohio. The opening East Central Ohio League contest for the Mustangs and the Quakers. Our score at the end of the first 24 minutes of play, it's the New Philadelphia Quakers 7 and the Claymont Mustangs 6. Back with halftime festivities when we return to New Philadelphia after you watch this. What is this brought to you by? I'd like to welcome you back to Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium here in New Philadelphia at halftime of tonight's Claymont New Philadelphia football contest, with the Quakers leading at 7-6. And we at Adelphia Media Service, Cable TV 2, and Marketplace Distributors, your stuff store, proud to present Showtime at halftime. And let's go down to the playing field for some of the halftime presentation, featuring the Claymont High School Mustang Marching Band. Philadelphia High School marching Quakers coming on the field with a little different entrance for their halftime show. As we're at halftime of the ECOL opener for both the Claymont Mustangs and New Philadelphia Quakers, and Quakers leading at 7-6 on the 6-yard completed pass from quarterback Jay Watson to tight end Brandon Klum in the final seconds of the first half. And of course, Brent Bueller's extra point kick right now the difference in the game. Our showtime at halftime is being presented to coverage of a very high school football game on Adelphia Media Services Cable TV 2, sponsored locally by Marketplace Distributors, your stuff store on Commercial Avenue in New Philadelphia. Moving right along here at halftime, tonight's snack report is brought to you by our good friends at Texas Roadhouse. A reminder, their delicious prime rib, 12-ounce cut for $13.99. Their country fried sirloin for $8.99. Come join the good times with us. Good food, good fun at Texas Roadhouse, Bluebell Drive. Actually, the corner of Bluebell Drive and West High Avenue in New Philadelphia. And here with some of the numbers, here's Charlie Zito.
Okay, John, like you said, Claymont scored first. They struck with 5:47 to go in the first quarter on a 13-yard TD run by Spike Trimmer. The kick was no good. For Philly, they scored with 25 ticks left on a pass, 6-yard pass from Jay Watson to Brian Klum, and the kick by Brent Bueller was good. For the stats, for Claymont, Spike Trimmer's got 15 carries for 56 yards and a 6-yard TD run. Justin Wright's got 4 carries for 33 yards. Alan Avery's got 1 carry for 3 yards. Derek O'Hare's 3 for 3 with 29 yards. Claymont's got 5 first downs. They lost 2 fumbles, and they've had 2 penalties. For New Philly, Luke McMillan has carried 7 times for 19 yards. Kyle Strebs carried 4 times for 6 yards. And Jay Watson has completed 4 of 7 passes for a net yardage of 61 with a 25-yard not 25-yard TD, but a 25-yard gain that gave the 6-yard TD pass to Brandon Klum. They've had 3 first downs and 2 big fumble recoveries by Jeff Burnsworth, and they've lost 1 fumble, and they've had 2 penalties. So like I said, John, the turnover is going to dictate this game. That's either team scored after a turnover.
Of course, I think the Claymont drive, 70 yards, was a very efficient drive. Of course, the big one-pass play that O'Hara hooked up with was to Spike Trimmer. He picked up a very critical first down to keep that drive alive, and then, of course, capped it off with the touchdown run of 6 yards.
That was an 18-yard pass gain for Spike.
And, of course, the Quakers, the hookup, as you mentioned, the big play, Watson to Ty Basowitz. That set the ensuing play, the 6-yard pass to the tight end, Brandon Klum, on the very next play from scrimmage, actually. And Brent Bueller's PAT, right now the difference of the game. Quakers leading the Mustangs 7-6. Here in week number 4 of the 2000 season. Of course, the other games in the area tonight. It's Dover at Blue Streak Stadium against Lake. It's Garraway at Indian Valley. Canton-Timpkins at Tusky Valley. Meadowbrook is at Coshocton. As I mentioned, Cambridge is playing Zanesville tonight, playing out of conference. Canton-Timpkins at Tusky Valley. Carrollton is at Marlington. And the Warriors, 3-0, first time since 1986. Fairport Harbor's at Sandy Valley. Harrison Central's at Wellsville. And Morgan, the Raiders, travel to Warsaw to face the Riverview Black Bears. And of course, a couple games on the Saturday slate. It is Strasburg at Malvern, of course, the feature IVC opener, and Newcomerstown against Tuscarawas Central Catholic right here at Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium. Also, Shenandoah is at Ridgewood in Friday action to round out week number 4. So, as you mentioned, turnovers and the teams
big plays.
Capitalizing. Of course, the Quakers capitalizing on the second Claymont fumble of the half. Jeff Burnward picking up both fumble recoveries, as Charlie mentioned, and second one paved off for the Quakers score. The stat report and a halftime scoreboard. Once again, brought to you by our good friends at Texas Roadhouse. Once again, prime rib, 12-ounce cut, $13.99. Country fried sirloin for $8.99. Come join in the good times with us. Good food, good fun. Texas Roadhouse in New Philadelphia. Teams are warming up. Of course, now they'll get the 3 extra minute warm-up time after the 20-minute half. So both teams will be totally prepared here for the second half. And what can we look for in the second half?
I think Claymont's got to come out and play strong defense, give Philly 3 plays, make them punt, and then they got to start the second half off like it did the first. Start a long, sustained drive and get another score out of it. They can do it. They don't let the turnovers get to them and the penalties. Philly's got to play like it did the second quarter. The first quarter, they were kind of sloppy and sluggish. They picked it up here with only about 3 minutes to go in the second quarter and moved the ball right down the field, even after the long penalty for holding.
Yeah, he let that didn't let that holding penalty bother them at all, as they were able to work their way back. And of course, the big pass play, as we mentioned, Jay Watson to Ty Basowitz on a 4th down. That covered 40 yards. And then eventually the score, 6 yards, Watson to Brandon Klum. Of course, our coverage games next week, we'll have 2 games for you that we will have replayed on Adelphia Media Services. We'll be right back here. Mike Gelder's Indian Valley Braves will come to town. Braves off to a 2-1 start.
They've been looking pretty decent too, for a team that's been down for the last couple of years. Looks like the rain's held off. Got a little period there where it sprinkled.
And of course, the other contest, the Strasburg Tigers will host Central Catholic next Friday night. Of course, Ron Hurst and the gang, they got a big one out at Malvern Village Park tomorrow against Dave Tusey's Hunts. That should be a good one.
You got the 2 Charlies up in Strasburg next week. Charlie Jones and myself.
And of course, another game of interest to the ECOL. Wade Lucas and Coshocton will travel to Crater Stadium to face the Tornadoes.
That's a big game in that ECOL.
Spike Trimmer to tee it up. Ty Basowitz and David Abiel deep. Of course, they're waiting for the warm-up time to expire before they reset to 12 minutes. Of course, now the stands on both sides here at the stadium have been upgraded. 2 years ago, of course, the visitor side was the first phase, and now the home stands, the second phase of the renovation process here. Understand probably scoreboards and a few other things in the final phase as Trimmer kicks off, heads towards the left side. It's a free ball, fielded by about 25. Got running room at the 40.
1 man
and bumped out of bounds at midfield.
Nice tackle by Aaron Fonders. That was the only man he had to go to beat.
So the Quakers with a good return by David Abiel. Here's the Quakers, just what they want to start the second half. Great field position near midfield.
Not what Claymont needed for Philly to come out like that. Just shy of the 50, looks like he spotted.
Bill splits left. Basowitz flank left. Isolation. McMillan running room.
He's got a
40.
big hole.
He's got 40. 35,
like
30. 20. 10.
Step out of bounds.
He is into the end zone.
50-yard TD run.
So the Quakers just pick up right where they left off at the end of the half. 50 yards in one play, and Luke McMillan makes it 13-6.
And that offensive line opened up a real nice hole for him. And then his speed got him to the outside.
Well, he made the key was the cut he made outside at the 45, because once he made the cut, it was lights out. McMillan, actually, Bueller out of the hold of Basowitz. Hammered it home. And as I mentioned, Sean Hershey, the senior, doing the long snapping. And just 17 seconds into the third quarter, it's now the Quakers with a 14-6 advantage. As the Quakers looking to even their season record at 2-2. Well, lightning in a bottle on the very first play from scrimmage in the second half.
Claymont's got to keep their heads on and just play it. It's one score and they're back in the game. They can't let them get down too fast here.
Now, it's still a one score. Of course, Mustangs would be forced to go for two. Just to draw even, but
the way their season going, I think they would try for it.
Grant Bueller tees it up at the 40.
That gives Luke 8 carries for 69 yards after that 50-yard scamper.
Bueller gets the signal from the referee.
Nice.
Gets off a beauty.
Down to about the 8.
And good open field tackle on the special team as the return was made by Cody Trimmer, tripped up there by Josh Crozier. At about the 22, maybe the 23. Actually spotted right between the 22 and 23.
They can't put that half bar up, so they put it down for 22 on our scoreboard.
So the Mustangs now, first offensive play from scrimmage, trailing by 8.
They got to avoid a turnover down here. They got to play consistent, strong offense.
Hand off to right. Tried to bounce it outside, but was unable to do so. Making the tackle for the Quakers, Joe Kuhn.
Picked up 3 yards.
195-pound sophomore nose guard. Gain of a couple. Grant Aubiel bringing the play in off the Mustang sidelines of Craig Farrar. Hand off inside, Cody Trimmer. Running room across the 30 to about the 31, maybe the 32 before McMillan made a tackle.
Might be just shy, maybe a yard.
Tell you what, McMillan's played a nice game tonight defensively. Been in on a lot of stops. Now we got a momentary timeout. Looks like Scott Salzner's slightly shaken up. Going to come out for at least this play. Looks like he might be favoring his right side. Actually, looks like he's holding his back. May have been kicked in the back, possibly. Once that back tightens up, well, it's not very easy to play.
3rd and 1.
Hand off inside, Trimmer. Just that little bit of a seam, able to work his way forward for first down yardage. Wrapped up that time by, once again, Joe Kuhn. Well, you're right, Charlie. You know, Craig Farrar, they don't have to panic. I mean, they've got to go back to what worked for them in the first half. And that was effectively running the football. You know, a pass once in a while just to keep the defense honest, but offensively, their offensive line's done a nice job as far as in the running package.
Yeah, both teams have really been passing decent tonight.
O'Hara looks to throw, and actually, Ty Basowitz was in better position to pick the ball up than the receiver, Grant Abil, was to catch it.
He paid for it, too.
As a matter of Ty just cutting the receiver off at the pass, and Ty was really the better player of the two in position to come up with the football. 2nd and 10 at the 35. A second under 10 minutes remaining, third quarter. And the Quakers leading at 14-6. Trimmer bounced it outside, 45.
He broke it, he might go.
At the 50.
Oh.
Cut from behind by Sauls, who just checked back in at the New Philadelphia 38.
He just couldn't get them wheels started. He broke that one tackle, and man came at him at an angle.
It's one thing, you know, Claymont runners over the years, just hard to bring down. If you don't get a clean shot at them, they just have a tendency to bounce off people and make plays like Trimmer just did. Handoff this time to number 24, Alan Avery, who spelled Trimmer at least on the running play, with Trimmer still in the game. Like Joe Kuhn got a piece of the tackle once again. Ball placed back at about the 37. Gain of 2.
This is a good-looking drive for Claymont. They keep it up. 2 first downs. Move from their own 23-yard line to New Philly's 37.
O'Hara, little play fake, looks, has a man out there, and it's caught. Inside the 25, about the 23, maybe the 22. So good little play action that time.
And their 3rd first down this series.
So Claymont coming right back. The Quaker 22. 2 receivers. Ridgway. Right inside the 20 to about the 17. Wrapped up there by Ty Basowitz. Not before Wright picked up, close to 6. Actually, even forward progress to the 16. Time just the 1-2 receivers. Now to the left. Fondrest and Ridgway. Handoff inside.
Look like
Trimmer.
Trimmer.
Down to about the 15, maybe the 14. Joe Kuhn, along with Ryan Mio, 205-pound junior. Gets some work defensively across the front. Actually at the linebacking spot.
3rd and 3.
Gain of a yard. O'Hara
nice fake.
Has the corner and falls forward. We'll see where he gets spotted.
Nice looking fake here.
Actually gets spotted inside the 10 at the 9. So O'Hara, the sophomore, made a couple big plays on his drive. The pass play, and
Philly was looking for Spike Trimmer to have that ball. It was a nice looking fake. 1st and goal at the 9.
7:35 remaining, third quarter. Wright running hard down to about the 5. McMillan make a tackle.
He's got to be coming close to double digits to tackles.
Right, slightly shaken up, and now the Quakers are going to use a timeout. Try to get their defense reset. 7:16 remaining, and Claymont knocking on the door here, Charlie.
And they're doing just what I was saying they had to do, get a long, sustained drive. And they got 4 first downs in this drive here.
Drive started at the 23.
Just a little over a 4-minute drive.
Have a second and goal upcoming at the 5 when play resumes.
A lot of action so far in this third quarter.
Well, we thought it would be nip and tuck. Always has been when these two inter-county rivals have hooked up. And when play resumes, it will be second goal at the 5. Quakers using the first timeout of the second half for either club. Something we'll have to keep in mind if it... And off inside. Trimmer to about the, maybe the 2. Kyle Streb made the tackle. Sets up third and goal. Actually, it looks like he was spotted about the 3. Actually, give Trimmer 3. He's spotted at the 2. Twin receivers, Fondrest and Ridgeway to the right. Unbalanced line left. Trimmer, right off the right side, walks into the end zone. Spike Trimmer picks up his second score. And it's 14-12, and now what do you call for the 2-point conversion?
Run. They've been moving that ball on the ground.
Of course, you might even see O'Hara possibly with that isolation action go with the bootleg. Very successful in the key third down play.
52 yards on the ground this drive and 13 in the air.
We'll see what Craig Farrar has in mind.
Right up the butt.
And he didn't make it. Looked like
right
Brandon Klum got him. Just stopped him shy of the goal line. So the 2-point attempt fails, and with 6 minutes 35 seconds remaining, third quarter. Got a good one on our hands tonight from Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium. Our score, it's New Philadelphia 14, Claymont 12. Back with a Mustang kickoff after you watch this. Well, there you see the score on our Miller & Miller Insurance Financial Services scoreboard, your local independent agent. And we've been putting it to work here the last couple of minutes.
Yep.
14-12, New Philadelphia leads it by 2, but the Mustangs come back after the quick 50-yard running effort by Nick McMillan. Claymont comes back with a very excellent 77-yard scoring drive. Capped by Spike Trimmer's second touchdown of the night from 2 yards out.
That's 21 carries for Spike right now for 98 yards. He's having a real good game.
But right now, still on the short end of a 2-point margin. Trimmer will kick off. This time angles it to the right side. McMillan fields at about the 15. 20, 25, hemmed in right there at the 25.
Take 8 Claymont.
Take your pick.
There's 8 of them there.
Like Jeff Tressel, one of the players on special teams, one of the Mustangs in on the tackle, a junior. Now let's see if the Quakers can move the football here as far as a drive. 1st and 10 at their own 26. McMillan, a little bit of a room, about the 30, gain of about 4. Like Jason Gatz on a tackle. Gain of about 3. Actually, the line of scrimmage was the Quaker 27. McMillan, in the I backfield. Blocking back in front of him, Kyle Streb. Play action, Watson rolls, has some running room.
Nice
Gets a cut at the 30 and it tripped right up. Nice defensive play. Actually, it looked like Watson was going to get a lot more room. Like number 10, Lee Bernard made the tackle.
It was a double digit.
What looked like a big gain ends up only being about a 2-yard advance.
Yeah,
Sets up 3rd and 5.
I thought he'd be good for at least 10, 15 there. Nice defensive play.
Go back to McMillan, picks his way through traffic, out across the 40 to 42. Big first down. Jeff Williams made the tackle. All of a sudden, Luke McMillan, he's starting to pick up some yards. Yards are becoming a little bit better to come by. 1st and 10 at the 42. Under 5 minutes remaining on a moving 3rd quarter clock. Streb inside, close to the 45.
Nice gain tackling by Claymont. Number 60 looks like he's on the bottom. Ben Hahn.
Ben Hahn.
Gain of 2.
Yeah,
3.
2 yards.
Every time I look at the scoreboard, it's different when I look on the field.
Now the nose of the ball just close to the 45. We'll call it a short 3. 2nd and 7. Hand off McMillan. And just shy of the mark.
Nice tackle by Terry Cottrell, 76, hung on to him on the shirt. Jersey top.
Third down on a short yard.
7-yard gain makes it 3rd and 1 on Claymont's 49. 3:51 to go in the 3rd quarter.
3rd and 1 at the Claymont 49. McMillan works his way across the 45 to the 43. Another Quaker first down. Now the Quakers getting a little more efficient here running the ball. Right now, Quakers kind of giving the Mustangs a little dose of their own medicine right here.
Yeah, the Mustang needs to come up with a big stop here.
1st and 10 at the Mustang 43. Long count. Play action, Watson. This is a run all the way.
Blocker there.
And Jay gets to the 40, maybe to the 39. Lucas Grove in on the tackle along with Brett Grandison. Gain of about 4. Spot at the 39. So one thing, this is really changing the field position right here. McMillan couldn't get outside this time. Nice defensive play. Grandison on the tackle.
Looked like about a 2-yard gain. Spot.
Brett's 190-pound senior. Ball spotted at about the 38. Between the 37 and 38, called 3rd and 5. Heading towards the 2-minute mark, time remaining period number 3. Watson will throw. Set. Nice catch by Ty Basowitz inside the 30 at the 27. That time, Ty showed you that he could stretch out and go down and get that one. Ball on the Mustang 27.
That's New Philly's 3rd first down this drive.
That's been a good-looking one. Inside handoff, Streb. Running room inside the 20. Down to about the 18. Aaron Fondrest on the tackle. And I'll tell you what, Quaker coaching staff, they spot something on their offensive left side that right now the Quaker line winning the battle of the line of scrimmage, especially to the left of center.
It's a 9-yard run.
Now we got a penalty flag, something we haven't had for a while. And it's going to be encroachment on the Mustangs, and that'll give the Quakers a first down. Go from about the 18 to the 13. David Abiel getting his shoe tied quickly. Now gets set wide receiver. Long count Watson. McMillan goes nowhere.
Nice tackle by Brent Grandison, 56.
Brett's been very active this series. That play actually loses a yard. Of course, if the Quakers stall here, a field goal would make it a 5-point gain. And of course, definitely well within Brett Bueller's range. Hand off McMillan. Bottled up a little bit. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage.
Clock move with 27-6.
Brett Grandison gets another assist on a tackle. And now we got an official timeout. A player with equipment, or looks like Jason Gatz. Some sort of equipment problem that's quickly taken care of.
I'll give New Philly one more play this quarter.
If they elect to run it, they don't really have to.
And I don't think they're going to even try.
I think they're going to let it run out. They're going to let the quarter end. So we've reached the end of the 3rd quarter from Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium in New Philadelphia. Our score of this East Central Ohio League football opener for the Claymont Mustangs and the New Philadelphia Quakers. It's the Quakers leading at 14-12, back with the 4th period after you watch this. Getting set for the start of the fourth quarter, and now it's time for our Adelphia Media Service Cable TV 2 High School Football Flashback. This week we didn't have to go back too far to find one of the most exciting runs caught on tape in TV2 history. 1998, these same two teams met right here at Quaker Stadium, and Daniel Grove had a game he will not soon forget. And we'd like to remind you that each and every week we will feature Adelphia Cable TV 2 High School Football Flashback in every contest we do, right here on Adelphia Media Services Cable TV 2. Start of the fourth quarter, and the Quakers faced with a big 3rd and 9 situation right here. Quick drop by Watson. Set up the screen to McMillan. Avoids a tackle at the 15, down to the 10. There's a flag. And it will go down to about the 7-yard line, but I think a lot of this is going to come back on either a hold or a clip. Terry Cottrell's pointing that way.
Looks like a clip from my angle. That was a nice play, too.
Good call for the situation. The big thing about this penalty, again, it's a spot foul. So it'll go from about the 15-yard line. It's a clip, so that's 15 yards. So this will move this ball back to the Claymont 30. That's a big penalty. Because now if you're thinking possible field goal, now you're thinking, and Brett Bueller's got a good leg.
3rd and 26.
Of course, a lot of people have heard about David Abdul, the young man that transferred from Lake to Massillon, some of the kicks he's had already this year. Watson rolls, under pressure, now throws in and out of the hands of Basowitz down at the 10. Ty made the mistake of letting the ball come right to his body instead of getting his hands out to get the football away from the body. Now, this would be a 47-yard field goal, and where he would be kicking this from the field, not in the best of shape.
The kicker that Orville has this year was, I wanted to watch Dover play him. He was warming up, making 47.
Well, David Abdul from Massillon has won 56 yards this year.
4th and 26 from the 30-yard line.
Watson from the gun.
Hands open.
Going for the whole bundle.
Oh,
it's
nice
off
play.
the hands of Abdul in the end zone.
Nice play by Brent Patton to get his hands on that ball.
Just ordered it enough that it bounced off the shoulder pads of David Abdul. Tell you what, Watson laid that out there pretty well. Now Claymont will take over, only trailing 14-12 at their own 30. Derek O'Hara under center, the sophomore. Hand off. And Spike Trimmer does well just to pick up 2.5, maybe 3 yards. Joe Kuhn again getting a piece of that last tackle. I'll tell you what, sophomores played well tonight at middle guard. Second and 7 from the 33, 11 minutes to go, fourth quarter. Justin Wright across the 35, maybe to the 36. Josh Crozier on the tackle.
Like about a 3-yard pickup.
Very important 3rd and 4 here.
.10:36 to go, counting.
Big possession play here for Claymont. 3rd and 4. O'Hara under center. Hand off, and
He's going to be short.
Avery. Sam Moody got the tackle. Gain of about 2. And it looks like Claymont's going to send in the punt team.
Yeah, you don't want to take no chances here this close to midfield.
Brennan Clark in punt formation.
He needs a better punt than he had the last time. It was a 24-yard pump. He shanked it to the right side.
Good snap from center.
A little better.
A little bit of pressure. Basowitz at the 32, 34, 35, and maybe to the 36. And on the tackle, David LeBlanc. They spot Basowitz right at just a little past the 35. So the Quakers leading by 2.
You just need to keep possession of the ball. Even if you don't score, eat that clock up and don't turn it over down here.
Again, it's Streb. McMillan in the backfield. Behind Jay Watson, McMillan picks his way through 40, 42-yard line. Spike Trimmer.
He was going for the ball.
He's going for the ball. Feels that defense needs to make a big play. McMillan picks up 7. McMillan's really come on strong here in the second half.
He's had 8 carries for 79 yards here in the second half.
Second down and 3. Under 9 minutes to go. McMillan again. Crossed the 4. He actually got tripped up by his own downfield blocker, I think, Ty Basowitz.
Lee Bernard a good credit for the tackle.
Yep. Bernard actually was fighting off the block of Basowitz, and they got their feet tangled up. A big first down for the Quakers. Ball now at their 49.
It's 112 yards for Luke for the game, rush.
McMillan will get it again, right side.
He's going to break it.
In the secondary, brought down from behind at the 38-yard line. Jeff Williams with a possible touchdown-saving tackle. I'll tell you what, McMillan's just getting stronger with each carry. 14 yards, 1st and 10 at the Claymont 37. Handoff inside, Streb. Trimmer wraps him up at about the 35. And some of the umbrellas popped up across the way in the home side. Just a very fine rain. It's hard to really pick up through the lights, but apparently a slight amount of precipitation coming down.
Let's hope it keeps up this way at least after the game.
Second down, call it 7. Here's McMillan. This time met right at the line of scrimmage.
Looked like Jeff Williams on the bottom there. Big 63.
I think Williams got him low and Brett Grandison got him high. Forward progress gives Luke a gain of a yard.
7:10 to go and counting.
Now here's a big one, Charlie. 3rd and 6 to Claymont 34. Play action. Watson looks to keep, needs a block. Cross the 30, bumped out of bounds near the first down marker by Fondrest. It's a matter of where they spot Watson going out of bounds, and they might bring the chains out. Yep, I think they're going to. Roger Weaver asked for the chains.
It's going to be close. There's too many players standing in the way to see where it's exactly at. It's going to be real close, though. 2 or 3 inches either way.
Officials assigned by the East Central Ohio League, being a league contest. Roger Weaver, the referee. Ken Kersh, the umpire. Bill McCall, the linesman. Bill Nicholson, the line judge. Ron Doss, the back judge. Pretty much a Cambridge area, Zanesville area crew. It is enough for a first down.
That's New Philly's third first down this drive and 7th for the second half.
Ball placed just inside the Claymont 28. And since Watson went out of bounds, of course the clock stops momentarily. McMillan picking his way through. Grandison has him wrapped up at about the 26. Hey, what? Brett's had a pretty good second half.
Yeah. I've been doing a pretty good job predicting these scores for.
Yeah.
I said mid to high teens.
Right on this one.
2nd and 8 from the 26th. 6:16 and counting.
Andy Zimmerman split to the left. Streb in motion to the right. Quick toss, McMillan. Looks to turn the corner and avoids a tackler and just tripped up at the 20. Ball spotted inside the 20 at the 17. Another first down, and now Claymont is going to spend a timeout. 6:01 remaining, fourth quarter. The Mustangs spend a timeout. And we'll take a break. Our score, it's New Philadelphia 14 and Claymont 12. We do have an MVP, you say?
I don't know.
I think Dan says we do.
Yeah, either team.
Okay. Who's going out with that?
Claymont's.
That's who wins the game, I think. It's either going to be McMillan or the other way. I should see what he's got here.
Two on that flashbacks.
Yeah.
It's like any time in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
So I just wanted to tell you that. So.
All right.
Okay, you can go back.
Back at Quaker Stadium, of course, a reminder to keep an eye out for the official TV2 2000 t-shirts. I got mine. Did you get one yet,
No,
Chuck?
I didn't get one.
Uh-oh, we'll have to take care of that, folks. Cheerleaders and supporters from our local coverage school will be tossing t-shirts in the crowd at every TV 2000 high school fall sports coverage event. And that's right, we got volleyball this year. Of course, we had the Dover New Philadelphia soccer match here this past Saturday. Here's McMillan. Hurdles one would-be tackler, but unable to elude the second Mustang out there. Spike Trimmer on the stop. Maybe close to 2 yards.
Luke McMillan's 14 carries for 115 yards the second half of that 50-yard scamper. So he's had a real good second half. Real good. 5:30 and counting.
Of course, a lot of nice runs to keep this drive alive as well.
And the offensive line's been putting some holes for him
Yeah.
on the outside, too.
Here's the toss. And coming up quickly to make the tackle was Adam Ridgway. Ball spotted at about the 11-yard line. Sets up about a 3rd and 5. Actually spotted to 12. Well, now if you Claymont, you need to hold here. At least maybe give the Quakers possibility about a possible field goal.
Oh,
was he hit?
He didn't gain much there.
Who got him low? It was, it was Spike Trimmer. He didn't really have a great angle to try to make the play, but just I think the strength in his arms and his upper body just found a little bit of a crease and just enough to make solid contact to force the tackle.
They gave him 2 yards, so it's 4th and 3 on the 11 with 4:10 and counting.
Now the Quakers are lining up. They'll go for it. Man in motion, Tristano. Play action, watch.
There's room.
Trying to get the corner inside the 10 and brought down inside the 5. It should be good enough for a first down. Tackle made there by Aaron Fondras, but not until Watson got what he needed.
5th first down this drive.
And the Quakers with a big first down, because now they can use another minute plus a clock. Streb.
He's down about the 1, I believe, Eric.
He's pretty close.
He got pushed there. Helped him out.
I'll tell you what, give credit to that Quaker line here the second half.
They got some big boosters up there,
Yes,
John.
they do.
Young ones.
Like I
Could
say,
go
Logan.
250.
Yeah, Logan at 250. Zach Frank at 6'6", 305. From the 1, Streb gets in. Kyle Streb with 3:06 to go. Makes it 20-12 with a very key PAT coming up. Again, the long snapper is Sean Hershey. Ty Basewitz will hold for Brent Bueller's PAT. Snaps a good one. Placement's good, and the kick is no good, wide to the left. So the Mustangs still
touchdown and 2 extra points. 2 points away. Plenty of
within
time.
a full score. Trailing by 8 with 3:06 to go. They have used a timeout, so I know they only have 2 left. But now I think might be, I think a lot's going to depend on how good of a return they get here. If they get a decent return and get some decent field position, they could still go with Spike Trimmer and, you know, use the running game, but might be a little more burden placed on the shoulders of the sophomore Derek O'Hara. And to his credit tonight, he's played very, very well.
Yes, he has.
Jay Watson, I think, you know, he had a shaky early start to the game, but he settled in and completed some big passes. Made some good decisions on the option with the run.
That's 25 carries for Luke McMullen for 142 yards with that 50-yard TD run to open up the 3rd quarter. So he, like I said, they got some good backs here on both teams. And tonight is being shown that.
Brent Bueller will kick. You got to figure, you know he's probably going to kick it long.
And Claymont needs some good field positions. Not much time left. It's a good kick, too.
Inside the 10, fielded about the 7.
There's a hole here if he gets his block.
And Ridgway gets out to the 30. Had that opening on the outside just for a split second, but able there to get there.
.259 to go. 71 yards to go.
2 timeouts. .259 to go. Receivers, Fondras and Ridgway. Hand off to Justin Wright. Out to about the 33 for Sam Moody. Quaker linebacker wraps him up. 5'10", 220 and a sophomore. Ball placed at the 33. Call it 2nd and 7. Again, Ridgeway. And Fondras, the receivers to the left. O'Hara throws.
Man's open.
Has a man in the seam.
Oh.
Caught by Fondras at the 43. And Fondras is still down. Matter of fact, we've got 2 players down right at the point of the tackle at the 43. And they're looking, hopefully, maybe it's just a cramp possibly to the receiver. Tell you what, Aaron came across the middle, made a nice catch, went to the ball, played the ball real well as the receiver. But it looked like for a split second the Quaker defender had a pretty good beat for the possible interception, but Aaron with the position, he actually used his body to shield the defender to make the catch. Mentioned we have a Fondras, the receiver, down, and the Quaker defender, I think, in on the tackles also down. 2:20 left. Like I say, that missed extra point now by Bueller plays very large. Getting up for the Quakers is Jay Watson. And he's not putting any weight on that right ankle. And Fondras, the receiver, putting a little bit of weight on his left leg. Hopefully that's not too serious. The way he came down, you could have expected possibly something with a knee, or he just feared possibly the worst. But
he is walking. One good sign, but not real gingerly.
Hopefully that's just a Charlie horse.
2:13 to go. 1st and 10 from the 43.
O'Hara looking under some pressure. Does the wise thing. That's a pretty heady play for a sophomore. Instead of taking a loss, just throw it out of bounds.
Yeah, stop the clock.
Second and 10. The 43, 2:02 remaining. The umpire was even going to give Claymont a yard on an incompleted pass where he spotted the football.
I wonder if he's from Denison area.
Ken Kirsch. But they got it reset. Long count.
We're going to have a motion.
Yeah.
Somebody jumped on that line. Well, let's find out. I was wrong the last time. They're discussing it.
That's a false start on Claymont. I'll move it back to the 48. Now, pretty much no matter where you're at, it's 4-down territory, but you'd feel a lot more comfortable 2nd and 10 than you would 2nd and 15. Because in essence, this drives make or break for Claymont. 3 receivers this side. Again, O'Hara quarterback draw. Loses the football.
Number 74.
And Burnworth picks up his third fumble recovery.
That's pretty hard to do in one game.
Didn't pick up the Quaker player who had O'Hara wrapped up. It was either Joe Kuhn or Sam Moody. It was one of the two. And a big turnover there. And of course, with Watson's injury, he has to come. He's not going to check back in. It's going to be Scott Salzner now in at quarterback.
Claymont can stop the clock. He's still got some timeouts. 2 left.
Minute 53. And as you expect with a different quarterback, almost a mix-up on the exchange. Handoff went to the fullback, Streb, who was met by the center of the Mustang line.
They're going to give him one.
Like Ben Hahn led the way on that particular stop. So the Mustangs will use their second timeout at 1:43. The Quakers trying to even their season at 2-2. Of course, the Mustangs looking for their first win. Looking ahead to week number 5, of course, we'll be right here for the Indian Valley New Philadelphia game. Claymont will host Meadowbrook next Friday night at Claymont Stadium. The Mustangs' third home contest of the season. Play resumes. It'll be second down, 9 at the 46. And Salzner trying to look across the way to see where they're attending to Jay Watson. Handoff inside, Streb across the 45 to the 44. Spike Trimmer on a stop. Tell you what, Spike's had a good all-around game tonight. Now this play right here, Claymont needs a hole, and you almost have to look for the Mustangs probably to use their last timeout if they hold right here. Force the Quakers possibly to punt. Hand off McMillan. Stopped at the line of scrimmage, and Claymont will spend their last timeout. With 59 seconds to go. Now we'll see what Bob Zontini does. Now remember, Watson also was their punter, so if he's out, they would have to go to their second line punter. Now I don't know if Brent Bueller, of course being a soccer player, you would probably think he'd be capable of punting a football. Let's see who they bring out. Looks like it's going to be Josh Tristano. Single safety, Adam Ridgway, but you almost figure Claymont's going to put 10 on the line, and they're going to go for it. Good pass from center. Here they come. Tristano
There's a penalty.
gets off the punt, but there's going to be some contact. Ridgway dropped. Now we got a flag downfield on the return. But we got a roughing the kicker. And I think the second penalty is going to be academic. Yeah, the second flag is going to be picked up. There's a clip on the return. I don't think the return is going to make any difference. It depends upon whether they ruled running or roughing.
I don't think it'll be rough, I wouldn't think.
Yeah, it's a first down with the roughing the kicker. Yeah, it's 15 yards. And really all the Quakers now have to do is maybe snap it 2 times at the most. And the Quakers will even their record at 2-2. Actually, now they may only have to snap it once because they set the clock in motion. It looks like maybe Quakers will be just take a delay penalty and then snap the ball. Well, they call the delay. Actually down to 7 seconds. And the Quakers took the delay, and now they're going to take a timeout. I'll tell you what, give Craig Farrar and the Mustangs a lot of credit tonight, and they had the chances in this one.
Yeah, they played a good game. They kept it close. Just that Philly had that first play, that third quarter, that 50-yard scamper just took some of it out of Claymont.
Well, kind of combination, the tail end of the first half and then the first play of the second half. And all of a sudden, you've been in control for a half, 6-0, and within a span of about a minute 30 seconds, now you're down 14-6. But to their credit, they came back, scored, made it 14-12. Snap from center, and Salzner goes to the knee, and that'll do it. As the New Philadelphia Quakers defeat the Claymont Mustangs by the final score of 20-12. And the teams and coaching staffs meeting at the center of the field. Show good sportsmanship. And we'll be back to start wrapping this Quaker win for you. Wrapping it up for you. And talk about tonight's Mustang Quaker contest in more detail. Once again, the final. New Philadelphia 20, Claymont 12. Back to Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium after you watch this. Welcome back to Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium in New Philadelphia. John DeVore with Charlie Zito. And week number 4 now in the books as the Quakers even their record at 2-2 with a hard-fought 20-12 win over the Claymont Mustangs. And the East Central Ohio League football opener for both clubs tonight. And Charlie, pretty much as advertised, is Quakers with big play scoring capabilities at the end of the half, and start of the second half amounted to 14 quick points, and it had a lot to do with the 20-12 outcome as New Philadelphia now evens their mark at 2-2 on the season and won their initial ECOL conference game. Mustangs, tough loss, and give Craig Farrar and his club a lot of credit. Coming into this game, had not scored a point offensively. Proved they could move the ball very effectively, got on the board twice, but wasn't quite enough against Bob Zontini's Quakers as they fell on the short end of an 8-point margin here, 20-12. But Claymont, give them a lot of credit, and they're heading in the right direction, and hopefully good things will happen for Craig and his ball club when they host Middlebrook next Friday night down in Yorksville.
Okay, for Claymont, we'll get some stats for them. For Spike Trimmer had a real good game. He had 22 carries for 100 yards. Justin Wright had 10 carries for 52 yards. Alan Avery, 3 carries for 7 yards. And Derek O'Hare had a fairly decent night. He was 5 of 8 for 58 yards. And the big play for defense for New Philadelphia was the 3 big fumbles by Jeff Burnsworth, the sophomore, on Claymont's mistakes. Luke McMillan, we're going to agree on him being MVP of the game. 26 carries for 143 yards with a 50-yard TD run to start off the third quarter. Kyle Streb was 7 carries for 21 yards. And Jay Watson had a fairly good game, too. He was 8 of 11 for 61 net yards with a 6-yard TD pass.
I think the big thing now with Jay, hopefully that ankle injury not too severe there towards the end of the contest, because I'm sure Bob was looking for some positive play from the quarterback position. I think he's headed in the right direction tonight with Jay Wattson's performance under center. I thought he did, after a little bit of a slow start, to settle down, and I thought did a very, very commendable job. And the young man for Claymont, what can you say about Derek O'Hara? I mean, there's a bright future with a sophomore, a lot of good ability, and he made a lot of good decisions. Of course, got caught in that bad situation, having to make a play late, and had the forced fumble go against him in the fourth quarter. But I'm sure you're going to see a lot of good positive play from Derek for the remainder of this season, and of course for two additional years after this season.
Claymont's going to surprise somebody yet this year. They're not going to go all year without a victory.
Of course, we'd like to thank our sponsors, High School Fall Sports here on Adelphia Media Services, Cable TV 2. Of course, us here at Adelphia Communications.